Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
North Dakota has jumped past the 1,000 mark for positive cases of COVID-19. The health department added 42 more cases today. That means there have now been 1,033 positive cases of coronavirus in North Dakota. 437 people have recovered from the virus in the state. 28 people are still in the hospital. There have been a total of 19 deaths in the state. In Minnesota, the health department there is reporting another increase in positive cases and deaths related to COVID-19. The death toll increased by 18 and is now at 319 for the state. The total positive case count went up by 463 and is now at 4,644 cases in the state of Minnesota. Of the positive cases, 320 are in the hospital and 119 of them are in the ICU. 2,043 people no longer need isolation and are listed as recovered. I'm enjoying the sunshine outside, but it's a little chilly still out there. Let's get a check of our Wednesday afternoon forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. And Lisa, you told us it was going to happen. I heard the tornado sirens being tested today at 11:15 when I was sitting outside.
Yeah, and I'm very glad that it happened during a blue sky kind of day. Yesterday we had those funnel clouds. That would have been scary to hear that siren tested during that time. So today we are doing those tests, or communities and counties are doing those outdoor warning siren tests as part of that statewide tornado drill happening in North Dakota. Cass County and Fargo, as Lisa just mentioned, we tested at 11:15 this morning. Other communities may be testing a little later. And this is a great time to review your family's tornado response plan, and I actually practice it too. Practice getting to where you need to be during the event of a tornado warning. It's always good to go through that so you know what to do when the time arises. Hopefully it doesn't, but we know we get severe weather here in the valley. Not right now though. You can see we've got beautiful blue skies, a lot of sun in Fargo. Grand Forks has some sun, temperatures in the 50s in both communities. Fergus Falls hitting 61 now. Bemidji's at 56. Devils Lake is at 51. So we're working on a warm up here today. And we've got 70 in the forecast, maybe not for today, but in the 7-day planner. And we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Lisa. New at noon, Costco is adding several new policies for its customers. Starting on Monday, you will have to wear a face mask if you want to shop inside the store. The only exceptions are children under the age of 2 or those unable to wear a mask because of a medical condition. You can also have 2 people only in the store for each membership card. 2 people were hurt and 1 person was arrested after a rollover crash that happened just south of Jamestown. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says the driver was going west on 44th Street Southeast and was distracted by the passenger's cell phone. The driver went into the ditch where the vehicle eventually rolled. The driver was arrested for DUI. A vaccine is the only way all of us can be completely protected from COVID-19, and work is well underway in labs across the world. As possible vaccines emerge, an East Tennessee-based research site is among the first in the country to put them to the test in human clinical trials. Robin Wilhoit reports.
There is an all-out sprint underway to develop a vaccine for the coronavirus, and there is no time to lose.
We've never seen drug development proceed at this pace, and particularly the intensity. There, as I said earlier, there are 45 different vaccine candidates, and they're different.
Dr. William Smith is the founder of Knoxville-based Alliance for Multi-Specialty Research. The company is at the forefront of clinical trials. AMR has 17 sites around the country, including at the University of Tennessee. The company launched one of the first human clinical trials at its Kansas City site. Another is underway on a second coronavirus vaccine to emerge from the rapid research.
These are phase 1. These are the very beginning, the first time they get used in people, and there will be expansion to other sites.
People chosen for the clinical studies are required to have a health screening to see if they qualify. Those individuals will then receive the injection and will be monitored for weeks to months after.
And what we're doing then is looking for side effects, but we're also looking at how rapidly and their developing antibodies and how intense their antibody response is.
Smith says if a vaccine proves in clinical trials to protect people from the coronavirus, healthcare workers would be among the first to receive it. He adds the research and speed to develop a vaccine for COVID-19 is unprecedented, and it will have an impact far beyond this pandemic.
Dr. Smith believes there will be a vaccine for COVID-19 within a year, but until that time, he stresses the importance of wearing masks and social distancing. There are now over 1 million confirmed cases of coronavirus infections in the U.S. That's about a third of the worldwide total. The number of COVID-19 deaths in the country is now approaching 60,000. New York has been hit the hardest with nearly 300,000 cases and 22,000 deaths. Officials say conditions have been improving. Now, more rural states are the latest to feel the effects of this pandemic as they watch infection curves rise. The University of Washington revised its estimated number of deaths from 66,000 by August to more than 74,000. Researchers say they changed their minds because of seeing fewer people social distancing. More Americans have died from the coronavirus than were killed during the Vietnam War. In our consumer alert this afternoon, Best Buy will experiment with letting shoppers back in some stores. It will open 200 locations around the country next month for people who make appointments for in-store consultations to buy appliances or electronics. Employees will be required to wear masks and gloves and have temperature checks before their shifts. Best Buy has been offering curbside pickup and online delivery since shutting stores in March. And Starbucks hopes to have 90% of its stores back open by early June with modified service. That's according to a report in Nation's Restaurant News. Right now, half of Starbucks U.S. stores are closed. The chief operating officer said 30 stores will reopen as a trial with no seating inside. After evaluating how that goes, other stores will follow suit. More curbside pickup is also in the works. Starbucks will begin pushing out its new spring beverages that were delayed by the pandemic as early as next week. The airline industry is being hit hard by the coronavirus. Some of the changes you might see coming up a little bit later on Valley News Live at noon. But first, we want to get a check of your sunny Wednesday afternoon forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.